Hello, this is Dr. J. Berk. Thanks for taking the opportunity to listen to me for just a few minutes about a new opportunity for your son related to a great education at Grand River Academy, where I've created a new program in collaboration with the administration related to video game and electronic addiction. The World Health Organization recently came out with a diagnosis of gaming addiction. Although your son may not have gaming addiction himself specifically, he could have gaming or electronic issues that are starting to spin into electronic video game addiction. We here at Grand River Academy provide an excellent education for students, and they have asked me to step into the position of being director of a new program for electronic and gaming issues, which I originally started at my office in Beechwood, Ohio. We've been successful for several years in treating electronic and video game addiction issues, and I can clue you in on some of the secrets. Although you may hear things out there, some things you might want to be aware of is there are a lot of places with individuals who have drug and alcohol issues who are jumping on the bandwagon. In other words, adding on to their program for video game and electronic addiction individuals. This generally is not a practice that I endorse. I'm a licensed psychologist in the state of Ohio and Florida, have a great deal of experience, and I fear that groups are mixing these types of individuals together. Individuals with gaming issues and video addiction issues are different types of individuals. Generally, they have some type of underlying problem that created the need for the electronics, be it depression, anxiety, social isolation, fear of academics, or they started slipping into a way to get a sense of achievement from the video games or social opportunities on the internet where they find people like themselves. So in other words, the video game and electronic addiction issue may have started secondary to the original issue that was at hand. Not for all, but for most, this is what I see in the practice. Thus, our program at Grand River focuses on both areas. What became of the problem, i.e. where you are now, and what started the problem and continues to be an underlying factor. Once again, a learning problem, an anxiety problem, a social problem that fuels the need for the games. Now, the World Health Organization said those with gaming addiction issues have a number of factors that are in play, one of which is they continue to use, despite negative consequences. Now, this is true for many of our individuals, but in itself, gaming is not bad. It is the amount of time and the dependency on the gaming that becomes an issue. Also, let's not forget social media addiction, because that can be an issue too. And individuals that I dealt with also made some bad choices on social media, which is another area that we address here at Grand River. If you're looking for a great program, this is the place to enroll your son for an education and treatment options for these electronic issues. Do they have potential they're not achieving because they're not structured enough? They're flunking out of school because they are playing games all night. They have lost their group of friends because they are gaming or on social media. These are the types of students that we are looking for that will do well in our program. In addition, I would like to make you aware that I have run social skills groups for over 25 years. So what I find is some of these individuals themselves have difficulties socially, and thus the games become important to them. Psychologists have been involved with creating the gaming and creating ways to keep individuals involved in it. Be they loot boxes, i.e. buying things in the games, skins, what you look like in games. All of these things become important for the individuals who are gaming. Recently, there was a World Fortnite Championship where an individual won $2 million. and thus a lot of individuals think they're going to make it on their own as being gamers or professional YouTubers. So what happens if you send your son to our program? First, we assess each individual on the admissions process. We want to make sure that they are right for the academics as well as for the program itself on electronic and gaming addiction. Once here, we will meet with them and figure out a treatment program that fits the protocol that they need. Generally, the protocol includes individual, group, and some family therapy. Also, if you live in the area, that's great. You can come to Grand River. If you don't, we can conduct it through a HIPAA-compliant portal. You don't have to physically be here. Another most important area is creating recreation for the individual. What we found over time is many of these individuals have lost their recreation that they used to do, and their only recreation becomes their electronics. This is important because reintroducing them to those activities is very, very important. Now, as you compare programs, if you try to look out there, you'll find that some programs, again, are focused strictly on the electronic and gaming addiction. Our program is different, and then again, we are focused on the reasons that they've got to this position as well as the current position they're at. If not, the relapse is usually very high. Although a student may attend a program for 3 weeks or 6 weeks, what happens is they relapse once they return very often to the same environment. And what we are looking for is a change that is more permanent, and also getting the individual themselves to be able to manage the gaming. So that's an overview of our program. I hope you'll check us out. Once again, my name is Dr. Jay Berk, and I'm a psychologist with over 25 years of experience working with children, adolescents, and adults. And I'm teaming together with Grand River Academy, who I am proud to say has great academics, and there is an opportunity for your son to attend. Please contact our admissions department if you want more information. Thanks again.